Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. How are you today? Good to have you with me here. Hey, we are live on Facebook and YouTube, and I would love it if you would say hi, hang out, let me know where you're shopping from today. My name is Jen Vick. I'm one of the newer faces here at Shop HQ, and I have some really fun watches for you today. We have 4 watches I'm going to be showing you. They're all at a really giftable price point. They're all from Invicta, and I think you're really going to love what I have to show you today. For those of you that don't know, Invicta is one of our most beloved brands here at the network. It is our best-selling watch brand. So if you're in the market for a great timepiece that has quality, innovation, great design built in, Invicta is where you want to start. And we're kicking things off with a really approachable price point for a luxury timepiece. We have fewer than 2 dozen remaining. So everything that I'm showing you today, everything's really limited. So if you see something in this little 20-minute show that you love, jump on it right away. Go to shophq.com and you can order there. You can also order from our mobile app. But you'll want to do that today because everything after today is like, it's what's that term? It's like there's no promises, or there's no what am I trying to say, Tom? Don't know. Nobody knows what I'm trying to say. There's no promises, right? I don't know. Anyway, quantities are limited, so you're going to want to hop on it right away if you're interested in any of these. Okay, let's kick things off. We have fewer than 2 dozen remaining. All bets are off. That's what I was trying to say. All bets are off after today. Thank you.
Way different than there is no promises.
It is way different than there is no promises. Thank you. Hey, before I start, Jamie, will you come over here? It's Jamie Guzzi's birthday today. Let's just say hi to Jamie. You don't get to see him very often.
Hi.
This is our master director, Jamie,
Thanks.
up in our social studio. He does all the amazing things. Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you.
And we just found out that we're the same age. We're exactly well, you're a couple months older than me.
I'm older than you, yeah.
But he's turning a number. If you don't want to say, we don't have to say.
I
And
don't
I'm
mind.
turning a number in April.
Maybe you don't want me to say.
Yeah, I don't want. Let's not talk about them. Okay, bye.
35.
Yeah, 35. Jamie just turned 35, and I'll be 35 in April. That's totally right and accurate. Okay, let's kick things off. Invicta 48mm Pro Diver Australian automatic watch. So for those of you that don't know, again, Invicta is known for innovation. This is a luxury timepiece. This is way better quality than what you're going to find out at the stores at a typical, shop in the mall. This is a quality luxury timepiece. $99 is the price on it for you today. 48mm is the width, and we have fewer than 2 dozen remaining. It's coming to you in this gold tone color. It's got like a rose tone around the bezel. If you can see that, the bezel is that part of the watch that kind of encircles the dial. And then the dial is this really, really pretty mother of pearl. You can kind of see all the different color play in that graphic on your screen. It's got like iridescence in it. It's got like purples, greens, yellows, really, really pretty. And this is their Australian line, and it's the Pro Diver. So what they have done, the Pro Diver is Invicta's #1 selling design. And what they've done is they've just taken it and given it a little bit of an Australian twist. So as a nod to kind of the ocean, they've given it that mother of pearl dial. And then they've also, if you can see on the very, very bottom, right over the number 6 hour marker, there's a little Australian sea bass. And that fish is representative. That's kind of what determines, or what they're known for in their Australian collection, is that little Australian sea bass, which is just a really nice nod to the ocean and to kind of Australians' heritage with fishing and seafaring, things like that. So really, really nice price point on this at $99. A value pay of $16 will get this home for you. Great gift for anybody in your life that maybe likes that kind of two-tone that is from Australia. Or that just likes the idea of something a little international. I want to show you the back because this is a mechanical automatic watch, and before I started working here at Shop HQ, I did not know what that meant. So for you Invicta collectors out there, you know what this means, but anybody that's brand new, what a mechanical automatic means is that I'm going to show you, I'm going to do it kind of slow, but I want you to see that yellow rotating piece in there rotating around, that rotor. That's what actually powers the watch. So this watch does not have a battery. It is powered by you wearing it. So when you're wearing it around, you're walking around, you don't have to shake it intentionally while you're wearing it, but it gets powered just by your wear. Now, when you first get this watch home, it's not going to be running because there is no battery in it and it will not have been moving. So what you're going to want to do is you'll want to pull out this function pusher over here all the way out. There's 2 clicks. You'll pull it out and then you'll rotate it, and that will wind your watch, and you'll see as it starts winding, that second hand will begin to move. And then if you push it in one more time, you can set the time on that as well. You've got tritonite accented markers all around the hour hands. And again, this really great, I'm going to try to show this to you, this unidirectional rotating bezel. This is built to true dive specs. So this watch could technically go down 300 meters. It's a 300-meter water-resistant watch. But I know that a lot of people do end up wearing their pro divers in the water, which is just awesome. I love a good watch or any good kind of timepiece that you don't have to worry about it getting wet. How many things have you had that have been ruined because you splashed water on it, or maybe like my kids, you dropped it in a snowbank and it got ruined? I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want my kids to be embarrassed, but we have ruined many electronics in our home because of moisture. This, you don't have to worry about that. This is that Australian automatic bracelet watch, okay? Limited quantities, fewer than 2 dozen left. And again, this is one of the most well-beloved, popular designs in the Invicta collection. It's that pro diver styling. You also have that magnification over that date window. I always love a watch with a date window because, especially around here, I never know what day it is. Well, my life in general, I never really know what day it is. It's a little bit of a problem, actually. 665027, that's how you're going to order that Australian limited edition watch. And you're going to want to jump on that right away. If you like that one, don't hesitate. You can go to shophq.com and check it out. Okay, for all of you Star Wars lovers out there, who out there is, hi Carl, sorry I missed you. Hi from Birmingham. Thanks for being with us today. Who is a Star Wars fan out there? I am a huge Star Wars fan. And this comes as a surprise to a lot of people, but I love Star Wars. I've loved it since the original series. We are anxiously awaiting, anybody with me? Anybody in the room with me? For December 20th for the new Star Wars film. Tom, are you a Star Wars fan? Oh, Tom does not like Star Wars. Jamie?
Yeah.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Is it you? Everybody?
Love it.
No? So-so?
Yes.
My sister-in-law, who is like 10 years younger than me, when I first met her 10 years ago, I was talking about like famous people and I mentioned Harrison Ford and she's like, who's that? Isn't that crazy? I'm like, you're like 25. You don't know who Harrison Ford is? Anyway. All right, so Invicta has created and partnered with Star Wars, and they have created a lot of different watches. The one I'm showing you today is their 47mm Jango Fett Pro Diver Limited Edition quartz chronograph watch. I'm going to show it to you here and let you get a closer look. But this is limited edition. When they do Star Wars limited edition watches, it's really, really special because they only make 1977 in the limited edition. And that, of course, represents the year 1977 that the original Star Wars came out. I just watched a whole documentary on Star Wars. It was so cool on the original. This original documentary is probably from like the 90s.
Empire of Dreams?
I think maybe it was, yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's really good. It was not on Disney Plus. No, it was on, I think it was just on Netflix or Amazon or something. I was geeking out by myself the other day. That's a life that Jen has. But anyway, but this is the Jango Fett. So Jango Fett is the character in the Star Wars series that actually trained Boba Fett. If you're a child of the 80s, you will know who Boba Fett is. So this is Jango Fett. There's a little bit of Star Wars history in here. You can see that it's got his helmet on there. It's got that color scheme that makes it so cool. So it's got that pro diver aesthetic. Really, really wearable at 47 millimeters. It's 15 millimeters in thickness. I'm just going to show you really slowly here. You can see that Invicta logo on the side. 15 millimeters, so really easy to slip underneath your shirt sleeve. But it's got some really neat dimension on it as well. I'm going to rotate it around again so you can see there's a lot of detail and a lot of depth in the dial of this watch, which is a little hard to see, but that helmet is actually a relief. So it's three-dimensional, and it kind of pops out of the face of the dial. If you can kind of, yeah, that's a good shot. You can see that. And then you'll see all those, three different sub-dials in there as well. And then you see the date window on the side. Again, me personally, I love a good date window. Hey Flora, hey Michael. Michael says, hi Jen, I can't wait for the new Star Wars movie. Same, brother. Me too. I am a huge fan. My kids can't wait either. They can't wait. Flora says, you're looking for Invicta for women. We do have a lot of really great Invicta watches for women, Flora. I would love, if you go to shophq.com, there's a lot of really great watches. I will do my best though to get some more here on the show for you. I think that's a great call out because I know that we as ladies, we like to shop too for ourselves. And I think that's a really good comment. So I will definitely work on that for you, Flora. Thanks so much for letting me know. Okay, so if you are, though, Flora or any other ladies watching, if you're looking for a gift for the guy in your life and he loves Star Wars, really fun option here. And again, it is limited edition. I want to turn this around so you can see. I want to show you where that limited edition number is going to be. So when you get your watch home, you'll be able to see and know exactly where to find it. We'll see if I can find it here. At the very, very bottom, you can see, oh, it's the perfect shot. Limited edition, and it says 0005. So this is number 5 out of 1,977 watches of this styling that were made. And one cool thing about this limited edition, a really, really neat thing that Invicta does is when they are done, when they sell out, which we are really close to sell out on this Star Wars watch, when they sell out, they're done. They break the mold and they're all done. So once this is gone, you'll never see another Star Wars Jango Fett watch like this again because they are all done with that. 658-483, that is your item number. That's how you're going to order that Jango Fett watch from Star Wars. I just say it's a great piece to get, especially this Christmas because of the movie coming out. Whoever you're going to give it to, maybe it's you, will never forget when they got it because they'll remember, oh yeah, it was right before the new film came out. All right, go to shophq.com if you want to pick up on that as well, or shop for our mobile app. Really, really easy to go ahead and order there. Okay, this one is so beautiful. Guys, do you know, so I learned so much in this job every single day, and this is the Invicta 54mm Bolt tri-cable koi watch. It's their quartz chronograph, it's stainless steel. So it's got those koi fish on it. And I've learned, I just learned today that koi fish symbolize adversity. So I was thinking like, okay, who would love this watch? Who would this be a good watch for? There's so many beautiful details on this timepiece, but the koi actually symbolizes overcoming adversity. So if you or someone you know has had a tough year and has really overcome, and if it's someone that you're like, man, I'm so proud of you, this would be a super meaningful gift to give them this holiday season. You can see it's got that really beautiful tricolor cabling that's really standard for that bolt. That's their signature design, is that bolt cabling. But this one has 3 cables in 3 different colors. It's the red, white, and blue. And then if you see really tight in on the dial of that watch, there is a relief of the fish in the details of those dial, the koi fish and like a little reef, a little scene. And I believe one of the fish is kind of red, one is kind of blue. It's hard to see. That one on the right is more blue. And then that one on the bottom is silver. So it kind of goes along with the bolt around the cabling around the bezel of the watch. And then if I turn this around, I want to show you, it's really beautiful and exquisite, all the detail. That design continues all around the case of the watch. So you've got fish on the case, you've got kind of like ocean waves, or it actually looks more like scales on the side, like fish scales kind of around the side. And then if I flip it around to the back, there's an underwater relief on the back of the case of this watch. Can you see that? Am I doing a good enough job so you can see it?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, perfect. So you can see this is like a little underwater relief on the back of the watch. It's done in that stainless steel that's just brushed with a little bit of black alloy kind of in there for some shading and dimension and depth. But it's a watch that's full of a lot of details, and I think it's just very, again, it's really unique. It's really something different for that person in your life. If you're a person that likes to give gifts that have a lot of meaning in them, this one would be a very meaningful gift for someone that has just been through a lot this year. I know this year has been tough for a lot of people that I know in my life. And if you know people in your life that have been through just kind of a rough year this year, but they've really overcome it, or you just want to encourage them, this watch from Invicta would be a really special way to do that this holiday season. 658-529, that's your item number. That's how you order. It is $219. This is an $840 watch. So we're giving it to you at 73% off, but I have to warn you, we are very, very limited. We have fewer than 10 that remain. So I just don't want you to hesitate if this is something that's speaking to you with those fish. You know that in Japanese culture, they use koi fish all the time as decorative landscaping and in their designs. They have beautiful different varieties and species of koi fish over in Japan. And I know a few years ago it was getting really popular to kind of have your own koi ponds, even around here, even though in Minnesota we have to kind of bring the fish indoors for the season because they will not survive the Minnesota temperatures. But if that's something that really speaks to you, go ahead and hop on that right away. 658-529 is your item number for that. If you go to Shop HQ, again, really, really easy to order there using that item number. But this one will sell out quickly before the holidays are over, I know for sure, potentially by the end of the day today, because I know that a lot of people are kind of looking for a meaningful gift to give. If you're kind of, wanting to do something that is a little more special, that is a little more significant, if you want to give the gift of something that it has a story behind it, then this koi quartz chronograph watch is for you from Invicta stainless steel. 658-529. I wanted to show you too the bracelet of this watch. I'll kind of go like this. If I kind of put this up, you can see the texture on there. Again, there are so many details that Invicta loves to do with their timepieces, but you can see that texture along the bracelet of the watch. It goes up the lugs and up the whole bracelet. And it's got that 19 millimeter height to that case. I'm just going to turn it real slow so you can see that as well. But that's got a nice depth to it. This is a little bit of a heftier watch. This is heftier than the other one I showed you, the two other ones I showed you before. But this is that doorbuster price, and it's really that big, bold styling of the bolt that Invicta collectors, I know you love. It's got the Flame Fusion crystal, so really, really durable and strong. It resists scratches, it resists shattering. Really, really a quality timepiece. 658-529 is how you'll order that koi watch. I've never seen a watch with so many little fish on it. I just think it's really unique and different. I like that one. Okay, the last watch here of the show, we're wrapping up with a vintage style today from Invicta. This one really does remind me of a vintage watch, like one that my dad used to wear, even one that my grandpa used to wear, but with modern stylization. This is their 42 millimeter vintage automatic stainless steel bracelet watch. I've got 3 colors for you today: black, which is the one I'm holding, and then we've got green and blue, right? Green and blue. And they all come with that stainless steel bracelet, high polish on the center links. So I'm going to show that to you right there. High polish on those center links that are really textured and just have kind of a nice flow to them. And then matte stainless steel on the side of those links. And you'll see when I turn this around, this is another automatic watch. But you can also see right here, it's a really nice thin profile. It just has that very, very slim, I think it's 15 millimeter, so it's about a ½ an inch is the thickness right here. So very slim, very sleek, very sophisticated, and then it's got that automatic mechanical in the back. So you can see when I turn it, it rotates that little rotor in the back, and that's what powers the watch. There we go. Sorry about that, that was my bad. But you can see that that actually is what powers the watch. So I'll flip this around again. You'll notice that you've got that date window. I think all these watches have date windows today. Did we pick those out just for me because I like the date windows? We don't know. I really do like a good date window on a watch. You've got that date window on the side, and then you've got that really, really crisp, classic black dial in the center. And then of course you've got the Invicta, one of the Invicta logos up at the top at the 12 o'clock marker. Another really cool detail on this is that little cursive automatic. You can see where it says automatic at the bottom. Again, there are a lot of really neat vintage details. So that cursive writing at the bottom, the hour markers being in that kind of elongated shape, that kind of like a polygon, like an elongated polygon shape, is very vintage to me. I seriously think my dad had a watch very similar to this in the 80s, 70s maybe, 70s. That is very similar to this. I really just think it's sharp. It's very crisp. It's very clean. 56% off today. $109.99 or a value pay of $18 will get this home for you. That's just our interest-free payments that we give to you here at Shop HQ on any major credit cards. So it's a really easy way to get home a number of things and be able to pay them off over the next 6 months interest-free. It's a fun way to shop because it helps you kind of stay on budget and stay on track. You know that you can plan on that payment for 6 months and it's interest free from us. So that's a really great option. Don't hesitate to use that option because a lot of people do use it and it makes a lot of sense, especially this time of year when it gets to be a little crazy. We're spending a lot of money on everything, on holiday gifts and things like that. Really nice to be able to kind of stretch that budget a little bit more. 663-987 is your item number to order this again at shophq.com, or you can shop our mobile app. But this vintage watch, I think this is a great gift for, like if you're watching, if you have a grandparent or if you have a parent that maybe they haven't had a watch like this for a while. Maybe it's been 20 or 30 years since they've worn a nice timepiece or any type of timepiece. This is a really beautiful watch to open up because when it gets to them, it's gonna be a little nostalgic for them, I think. It really does have that classic vintage styling. I can see this being a great gift, again, for a dad, an uncle, an older brother, a grandparent, again. This would be really, really nice. And at that 42 millimeter size, it's a really great size watch, actually for a guy or a gal, because even with my wrist size, I have less than a 6-inch wrist, and this would even be a nice size watch for me. Well, thank you guys so much for being with me today. It was really fun to be with you. Thank you, Michael and Flora and Carl, for being here with me today. My name again is Jen Vick. This has been Invicta Watches, the gifts for you today, and I'm just so happy to be with you today. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.